Hi.
Hi.
I would just like to go home. I'm a Canadian citizen, and I would just like to go home.
Yeah, you just have to do your declaration, and then you're good to go.
I did a declaration
The
already.
health declaration, right, for your ArriveCAN.
So, if I don't, like, I have to do that to be able to just go to my house that I own in Canada?
You don't have to do it, but if you don't do it, there is subject to a fine.
But what does that mean? Like, how would they even find me? How would they even know, like, my information to find me?
You just took a flight, right? Like, you have your passport and everything, so
Yeah.
like,
They'll figure it out?
Yeah.
And then what, just mail it to me?
They'll give it to you here. Like,
No, but if I'm not going, like, if I want to just go home...
You can't. We'll have to detain you.
So I will be detained
yes,
then.
yes.
If I don't go into public health, then I would be detained.
Yeah, you can have a conversation with them and they can explain everything more thoroughly. We only get involved if it gets completely escalated, right?
I'm really just trying to go home, and
100%.
I just, like,
I understand.
I don't understand why, like, the government is impeding on, like, my mobility rights right now, and I'm just trying to go home.
I understand that, but also you chose to fly, and unfortunately this is one of the things that one of
It's
the
a
steps.
punishment for me leaving the country,
No,
I
not
guess,
at all.
or?
It's not a punishment. It's just a declaration that needs to be done.
Travels on his own, I travel on my own. I have the ArriveCAN app and he does not.
Okay.
He has his proof of documentation showing that he's been vaccinated. That's all that's required.
No, he has to do the ArriveCAN. So we can put him onto your account that you've done. How come you don't want to do it?
Why should I have to?
Because it's a requirement to get to Canada.
What if he was flying by himself?
I will be flying by my cell phone. I don't have a cell phone.
Yeah. That's
So
I'm
what
saying.
does he do?
Put it on hers.
No.
Yeah, but if I'm flying by myself, how can I do that?
Are you guys related?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with putting it on your account?
I don't think I should have to.
Why not? What's the issue?
Nancy, never mind. This is a bureaucracy gone amok.
I know.
But you know that's why you have to do it, right? This is one of the requirements. It's part of the Quarantine Act, right? To get back in.
Well, let's see. You've got my COVID shots. I've had 4 of them.
Okay, that's good.
You have my passport.
Okay.
Why not? Let's just do the paperwork and get this over with.
Because they want the app. The government wants the app. Let me ask you, what's the reason why you don't want to do it?
I don't think I should have to.
No, but there's got to be a reason to it, though.
I don't think I should have to.
But there has to be. A specific
I'm
reason.
traveling. This is my phone. It's my app.
Okay.
I'm just having myself on it.
But I'm vaccinated. Isn't that just for unvaccinated?
Well, it comes down to this is what I have to do as a screening officer. I don't have the ability to make that decision.
What if I don't do this? Because
Once
I've
again,
been 2.5 years and isolated for 2 years. I'm not going to isolate again.
Okay.
So what-
I can certainly appreciate the frustration over the pandemic. Once again, that's a public health issue, not a CBSA issue. So we have zero follow-up or enforcement on our end. It goes to public health, and they have an enforcement compliance division where they handle all that stuff.
I'm getting upset. This is ridiculous. This is insane. I shouldn't have to go through this. No Canadian should. Just because I don't want to put an app on my phone.
Well, creating a $54 million app, well over budget, that could have been created in a weekend for under $250,000 does not protect anybody's safety, nor does an app that sends 10,000 people wrongly into quarantine. But the strangest thing is that there are these roughly dozen companies that got the contracts to supply this app. The Prime Minister does not want to give all of the names of the subcontractors that got that money. I challenge him now. Will he commit to supply this House with the list of all the subcontractors who got the money, who got rich?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, Canadians well remembered that when this unprecedented pandemic hit us as a country, we pulled together. We had a government that stepped up to work with other orders of government to deliver all the protections we possibly could for Canadians in an unprecedented time. We were there to have Canadians' backs. While Conservatives were peddling vaccine misinformation and refusing to follow public health directives, we stepped up and made sure that Canadians had all the tools to deliver safety for them. That's what we will continue to do, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
They stepped up to put money in the pockets of their friends. We don't forget the We Charity, Mr. Speaker. But now someone got rich here. Someone designed an app that didn't work, that sent 10,000 people wrongly into quarantine, that had addresses, home addresses as the headquarters of the companies that received the money. Many of the subcontractors are still secret, and if the Prime Minister will not tell us the identity of those companies, then maybe he can tell us who was the genius. Would the genius who spent that $54 million on an app that could be designed in a weekend please stand up now?
The Right Honourable Prime